All right. Welcome everyone to the R Squared podcast. My name is Rajat,
And my name is Rishi, Rishman.
and we're very excited to start this new podcast. Rishi, how are you feeling? This is the first episode.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. What about yourself?
Yeah. This is exciting. I think we have been thinking about this for a long time, few months now. So it's exciting to finally get on the first recording.
Yeah, man. It's actually pretty dope. Like, even those few months feel like a long time, but it's finally coming to be, finally happening. Let's do
Yes,
it.
yes, yes. So I think maybe we start off by saying why we started this podcast. What is our main aim? Do you want to go for it and explain why what we aim to achieve?
Yeah, no stress. Honestly, like, you and I both love fitness. Like, we love the, health pushing like crazy, gymming. We just want to keep improving our bodies, and all our friends and family knows that about me and my bro Rajat over here. So we just said let's just talk about this stuff, and yeah, we just see how it goes. We want to share our
Yeah.
experiences with everyone. Should be good.
Yeah. And so I think the topic of this first episode will be as you said the fitness because that's our main sort of topic of interest. But I think in the next couple of episodes we have already got some guests lined up, and I think our aim is to essentially talk about different topics around the world. We both know people who work in different industries and in different professions, and I think our aim is to just learn more about things that are out there. Some things we know a bit about, some things we don't know a lot
Oh,
about,
yeah,
and
and
just to
and
learn.
across different nationalities, like cultures and
Nice,
stuff.
yeah,
So that is
yeah,
quite intriguing. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So we have a lot of different things to talk about in the future. So, but I mean, coming back to the topic of this part, the fitness. I think we'll just start with how did we start on our own fitness journey? Do you want to go? How did you start taking it like a bit seriously?
Yeah, no worries. Honestly, I started mine in A levels. It was starting off with attempting to do like five press ups, but then in your
Yeah.
head you're ready to do it. Ready to go. You do one, you realize you're weak. It's sad, and but nah, it's because I used to fall sick a lot, man. And I'm like, I
Hmm.
got to change something, try and get my body up and running, a bit fit. And then the journey slowly began from there. And then like when you go into the fitness mentality, you grow with it. It's fun. Like, you
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
and experience different types of fitness things. Like, we'll get to it slowly, but yeah, that's just a brief. How did I start? But yeah, what about you, man?
Yeah. I think for me, it was like, I mean, I used to play a lot of sports growing up, but I think I only started to take it seriously in like 2019 or so when I started doing a lot of running because I think I had a lot of free time then. So I just started doing a lot of long distance running. So I started with 5K, 10K, and then did like a half marathon as well, which was pretty like a pretty big
Was that
accomplishment to
before
do.
COVID or after?
The 10K was before COVID, and then the half marathon was supposed to happen, but then COVID postponed it. So it was technically would have been during COVID, but then it happened after COVID. And then yeah, so that was quite cool. And then and then just started taking it more seriously because I started just feeling like better. Yeah, and I can also hear in the background that there's a lot of dogs. And I hear the dogs are
Yeah,
going
that
crazy.
that that does keep me quite active as well, having to run after quite a few dogs, prevent them from eating each other alive. But yeah, what can you do?
And you have other pets as well, right? You have like
Yes,
horses,
we've had
tortoise.
a
Yeah.
history of how do you say, domestic game, um, you know, ranging from
Okay.
guinea pigs to mice. For some reason, a rat, when it's in the house, is called a mouse. Yeah, I don't get that.
Okay.
Uh, then we had parrots, we've had cats, we have
Oh wow.
tortoises currently, like 13 of them. All of them are called crab.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we've had it's been a crazy ride of cat eat parrot, dog eat cat eat guinea pig.
Oh, wow, wow.
So it's been quite
Wow.
crazy,
It's
but
a real
yeah,
real
now we
animal life cycle going on in
yeah, I
your
should start my
compound.
own Discovery Channel show, to be honest, at this rate.
And I guess on that note, you should also say that you actually live in Kenya, uh, right? So maybe which is why there's so many animals around.
Yes. Actually, yeah. To clarify to everyone, I am in Kenya. I do live in Kenya,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
somewhere
yeah,
else. So this is very
yeah.
legal. Uh, don't worry about it. But yeah,
Yeah.
Raja, where do you stay? Like, you can let
Yeah, so
everyone know as well.
I'm based in London, but so yeah, which is why I mean I don't have the variety of animals that you have. But okay, let's go. I think we've got a bit off topic, so let's go back to the fitness side of things. But since you mentioned Kenya, actually, you stay in a place called Eldoret, which is home to a lot of and runners, right? Kenyan national runners, world champions, Olympic champions, things like that. Do you want to elaborate a bit more on, I guess, the environment there?
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, like we so where we are, Eldoret, it is a like just a town. Um, so it's almost that situation of like everyone knows anyone, you know. And my family were quite close with like the athletics team of Kenya. So meeting the these professional world class athletes is not uncommon. We see them every now and then, to be honest. And my God, they are humble, down to earth, and craziest fact ever is everyone always says, okay, I need this diet, you need that diet. These people, like, I give an example, Faith Kipyegon. Literally, she eats anything and everything. She has no strict diet whatsoever, which is crazy. Fair enough, she does run like crazy, it burns everything off. But it just goes to show, like, everyone's different, and your dad stuff, like, it's crazy. And
Yeah,
even you met her, like, you can tell us about that.
yeah. I mean, obviously, we went to Kenya last year and met Faith Kipyegon. More people don't know is like multiple Olympic champion, multiple world champion, world record holder in 1500 meters. So like one of the best athletes of all time. And so we got to meet her when we went to Kenya. And yeah, as you said, like so nice. You won't even think that she is this like massive athlete. And yeah, as you're saying, like we asked her about her diet and her training and stuff, and she said she basically eats anything because I think she was saying what she runs like 30 km a day for her training,
Yeah, I can't
which
even
is
remember that figure. That's how much it was. My God.
which is like crazy. I mean, 30 km a day is absolutely wild. Uh, which is, I mean, but it just goes to show, I mean, why Kenya is like so good in running because clearly there's a lot of hard work and training that goes in that thing. So I and also on that note of training, actually, so obviously we are both quite new in our fitness journeys. Only just been a few years, and so what are some of the things that you have learned along the way in terms of like some of the mistakes you have made, whether it's be training, diet, discipline, etc.
Yeah, that's actually that, bro. That's an amazing question. When you get asked a question like that, like, you generally also reflect on your what you're thinking. Okay, one thing is, don't rush anything. Like, what's the point of rushing? If anything, you're just putting more pressure on your heart and your body. It's pointless. Don't rush it. Enjoy the ride. Just keep growing, nice and easy. And if you got bros and friends to help push and motivate yourself, you're good. With diet, it's an ever how do you say, evolving and understanding of your own body. There is something that someone told me, and we will have him as a guest later on. But there's a type of test you do to your own body. Like, you can find out what particular foods are actually good for you. Like, for example, say a banana is amazing. Everyone will be like, okay, eat a banana if you lack energy. But for your body, is a banana actually that good, or is something else that good? You don't know. Like, you take those results, you go to a nutritionist, then they say, okay, fine, I'm going to recommend this and this to you. Stuff like that. But sorry, what was the question again?
What are some of the mistakes you have made in terms of your fitness journey? Because you mentioned a bit there, like overtraining and things like that. So I think one of the things that I've also done is when something is hurting, you still tend to like push on because you've built a bit of momentum, and then things become worse, and then suddenly you're injured for like 6 months. Um, and I mean, I saw there are certain examples like that. So are there any mistakes you have made in terms of which have pushed you back a bit?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I think it's annoying, but the biggest factor is just inconsistency. You go ham, like, you go full on amazing epic form for 3 weeks or so, and then suddenly you take a break for like a week or 2 weeks. Like, when you take a break for 2 days, 3 days, it leads into 4, 5, like that. It's so annoying, and that then just hinders your growth progress so much, because then when you go back to the gym again, you've spent 3, 4 days to get your body up and running to the level it was. So that I felt like the past 2, 3 years has just wasted quite a bit of time doing that. It's annoying.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, you for yours you're saying like overtraining, right?
yeah. Overtraining because for me it's not necessarily in the gym, but when I used to do a lot of running, because I was training for long distances, and so at the beginning I used to do a lot of running, most probably 60, 70 km a week,
That's a lot.
which
But then doesn't it affect your knees, the ankles, like
yeah, which is
because
why
that
now my
that's the big question mark for many people. Like from your
yeah,
perspective.
exactly.
Also, by the way, yeah, I am 26. Rajat is 26, 7.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, around that.
so yeah. So tell us
Yeah,
actually, does it actually affect?
yeah. Because well, because at the beginning it was fine, but then the more you, I think I overdid it, and then which is why now my knees are a bit well, a bit dodgy. I mean, not dodgy, but they aren't 100% because essentially it's just the high impact of running because I was running on like on the roads and the pavements which are cement, so just the impact of knee on a hard surface, it just caused some damage over time. But yeah, and then things like not warming up and not stretching. When
Sorry, let me just interrupt you there. Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question that reminded me. You know, uh, there's something that a lot of people believe in, which is like I call it earthing. So it's like the reason I thought of this is because you said you're running on pavements. Earthing being like for a certain amount of time in the day, you go bare feet into the ground,
Oh,
the natural soil or grass, and like you feel I don't know at peace or at one with the soil. Have you heard of that? And yeah, like, I'm curious. What's your thought on that? Because people do
uh,
this, by the way.
yeah. I mean, I have heard. Is it supposed to help my knees?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I have heard of it. I think that it's like it's supposed to be like a meditation or like a mindfulness kind of
Yes, yes, it
practice,
is tied
right?
to that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Is that related to running? I don't know.
No, but
Or is it
yeah,
just a
I just
random
said
thought?
before.
Was
Yeah,
it a random
random
thought?
thought. By the
Oh,
way, I
okay,
do
fine.
sidetrack a lot. I'm
Okay.
guilty of that. But yes, carry on.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Um, yeah. And so, as you said, like just certain mistakes you make, but you learn along the way, and then it's well, there are no mistakes, only lessons, as some people say, right? Um, and I guess then my next question is, you've actually done quite a lot of training with professional like trainers, so I think bodybuilders, athletes, and so what have you learned from them in terms of technique, discipline, and just how to go about things?
Yeah, honestly. So I think in the start I was doing it alone. Then I was doing calisthenics for a while. For those who don't know what calisthenics is, it's I guess the best description is like body weight training mixed with gymnastics. That's the best explanation I can give. After that, I went into like hit training with a bit of weights with myself. Then I eventually got a boxing trainer. Then I was being trained by a sports athlete, and then after that, well, currently I'm being trained by a bodybuilder. So completely different areas or specialties, that people are training me in. And honestly, it's amazing because you gain the experience, and each time you progress or move to another trainer or another part in your life, you like bring in the things you learned from the previous experience, you can say, from either a trainer or yourself, and then you improve on what you're doing now. So it's continuously taking the good out of what you've done. You take it to the next level, improve it, and improve yourself. It is fun, honestly. There's no better feeling than learning stuff, progressing, using the good out of it, and just continuing to grow. Same applies for diet, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think, to be honest, it's good to have those sort of markers as well. It helps to sustain these practices in the long term, right? Because you don't want
By the way,
to.
have you been trained by anyone actually?
I
Be it sports or gym, doesn't matter. Have you been trained? Yeah.
I mean, in sports I have because I used to play quite a lot of cricket when I was in school. So I used to go to a club, and then there were coaches there, and then I played tennis for around like a year and a half, 2 years as well. So I had a coach there as well.
How old
So
were you at that time?
the cricket maybe like maybe from like 13 to 16, 17, and tennis was around 16, 17, 18, around then. But it's a bit different there because I mean, fitness wasn't really. It's not, it's less about fitness and more about technique. Um, in that
Right.
sense. So I mean, fitness come is part of the whole playing thing, but it's not the main priority. The main priority is the technique in terms
And
of
what
what
about
you
right
do.
now? Like apart from gymming, what do you do? Any other fitness activities? Any sports? You know.
Yeah, yeah. I would, play quite a bit of football on the weekends. Well, tennis when the weather is good, and then badminton time to time. Played a bit of squash from time to time. To be honest, I prefer playing sports rather than going to the gym. Just because I prefer like being more outdoors. But
And it's
yeah,
social. Like you are
yeah,
doing
yeah,
with
yeah,
someone or
for
some
sure, for
people. It's
sure.
fun.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Like when you get to play with your friends and stuff, that's definitely more fun than just being alone in the gym. I mean, gym has benefits as well, but yeah, I mean both are fine, I guess.
There is that saying, right? Like racket sports really help the
Oh yeah, yeah,
body's
yeah.
age process and something. What is
Oh
it? I'm
yeah.
not too sure on it.
I mean, I'm not sure about the body aging, but I think it really helps with your. I think it might be to do with your hand-eye coordination because I, I mean, technically they say if you can play one racket sport, you're pretty good at the rest. Um, so I mean, because I used to play a lot of I used to play a lot of tennis, and then to be honest, in cricket as well, there's a lot of hand-eye coordination, catching the ball and things like that. So I think that helps in basically almost every other sport, in terms of hand-eye, hitting a ball, things like that. And so it's probably those sort of reflexes and that muscle memory, and that probably helps internal with your internal body as well, and your brain and your
That is actually very interesting to hear, and I mean that's for everyone listening out there as well. You know, if you're doing any racket sport, go and try the rest. You know,
yeah,
why
yeah.
not?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just talking about experience. I don't have any medical evidence to back any of this, but it's
Nah, go and
just
try it.
yes, that's the message. Uh, nice. You have anything else to add, Rishi? I don't have anything else to
I mean,
add from.
honestly, I hope you guys, enjoyed us rant.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. It was a good one. I think the first episode we won't keep it too long. But I think things we have some exciting things lined up for the next couple of episodes, right? So hope you guys stick around, and yeah, we'll see you in the next episode then. Next episode.
and if if anyone does feel like reaching out,
Yeah.
would want to join in or even talk about things, by all means, give us a shout.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. Do let us know. Let us know. Awesome.
All right, take care,
Thanks.
guys.